Hello everyone, this is Zafifa Akram with my partner Sanskar Gupta. Today I would like to present an overview on the topic capsules. What are capsules? Capsules are another common oral dosage form. In this, the drug substance is enclosed in either a hard and soft soluble container shell of gelatin or other suitable material. The first capsule prepared from gelatin was one piece capsule, which was patented in France by Mott's and Blanc in 1834. Now we will see the types of capsules. The first type is the hard gelatin capsules. Hard gelatin capsules are usually filled with powders, granules, or tiny pellets. A hard gelatin capsule is a type of capsule which is used to contain medicine in the form of dry powder or very small pellets. The second type is soft gelatin capsules. The soft gelatin capsules are also known as soft gel or soft elastic capsules, and they are sealed in one piece capsules containing a liquid or semi solid fill, which is without the bubble of air or gas. They are made up of from a more flexible gelatin film, which is plasticized by the addition of glycerin, sorbitol, or similar polyol. The another type is the modified release capsule or sustained release capsules. In this, the contents or the shell is comprises of the auxiliary substances, or they can be prepared by a unique process which is designed to modify the rate at which the active ingredients are released. The other type is enteric coated capsules. In this, they are prepared in such a manner that the shell resists the action of gastric fluid, but it is attacked by the intestinal fluid to release the content. And it is also known as gastro-resistant capsules. Other type is the capsule which is containing ophthalmic ointments. Ophthalmic ointments are sterile preparation and have to keep that ointment sterile also during the storage and for the later use. The it is intended for the single application to the eye, and for the usage the capsule is punctured with a sterile needle and it is instilled into the eye, and then the shell is discarded. The other type is the rectal capsule, which is a soft gelatin capsule and are substituted for the rectal and vaginal suppositories, and they are of pear shaped. Now, then the advantages of the capsules. Why capsules are used? The first and foremost reason is that the drugs which are having unpleasant odor or taste, they can be delivered by enclosing them in a gelatin tasteless shells. The other reason is because they are smooth and becomes very slippery when moist, and they can be easily swallowed. Also, they are economical and are easy to handle and carry. The capsules which are made of from gelatin, they are therapeutically inert and they are attractive in appearance. These are the advantages of the capsules. The disadvantages of the capsules are they can be easily tempered, and the highly water soluble materials such as iodides, bromides, and chlorides cannot be dispensed in capsules. Also, the efflorescent material softens the capsule, and the deliquescent materials make it brittle because of the effect of humidity, and thus giving us the stability problems. The another disadvantages of the capsule is the homogeneity of filbate, and they are more expensive than the tablets. These are the disadvantages of the capsules. This is the pictorial representation of size and volume of capsule shell. The hard gelatin capsules are available in varieties of sizes, which are numbered from triple zero, that is the largest size, to five, to the size five, which is the smallest size. The large size capsules are meant for the veterinary use, and the approximate capacity of capsule depends upon the density of the drug, which we are going to use. Another Now this is the difference between the hard gelatin and the soft gelatin capsules. Hard gelatin capsules can be divided into two parts, two body parts, that are cap and the body. But soft gelatin capsules are one piece and are hermetically sealed shells. The hard gelatin capsules are usually cylindrical in shape, and the soft gelatin capsules are available in varieties of shapes like oval, round, tube-like, and etc. The manufacturing process of hard gelatin capsules include the preparation of empty hard gelatin capsule shell, filling, sealing, cleaning, finishing, evaluation, and packaging. But the soft gelatin capsule involves a single process where the formation of gelatin shell, filling, and sealing occurs all at once. After sealing, these capsules are tested and packaged. Eight different types of sizes are available in hard gelatin capsules, and no specific sizes are available in soft gelatin capsules. For hard gelatin capsules, gelatin which are gelatin in hard form is used for the hard gelatin capsules, and for the soft gelatin capsule, molten gelatin are used. Now we will see the raw materials which are used in the preparation of capsules. Both the hard and soft gelatin capsules both contain the gelatin, water, colorants, and optional materials such as process aids and preservatives. First, the gelatin. Gelatin is the major component and is widely used as a raw material in the manufacturing of the capsule. It is non-toxic, good film forming, and readily soluble in biological fluids at body temperature. The capsule can be either made up of two types of gelatin, type A and type B gelatin. Now, what is the difference between the type A and type B gelatin? Type A, they are produced by the acid hydrolysis, whereas type B, they are produced by the basic hydrolysis. In type A, the acid process takes about 7 to 10 days. In type B, the basic process takes about 10 times as long as acid process. And in type A, used mainly for animal skin because they require less pre-treatment than do the bones. In type B, they are used mainly for the bones. The production of gelatin. Gelatin is prepared by the products of the meat and the leather industry, mainly pork skin, pork and cattle bones, and split cattle hide. The entire process takes several weeks. The raw materials are made by different acids and alkyl process, which are employed to extract the dried collagen hydrolysate. The flowchart of gelatin production has been shown here. In the how the dry bone, which is of 5%, which is used in the 5% HCl is used in the process, and the lime 10% is used. And the for HCl it takes 10 to 15 days, and for lime it takes 4 to 8 weeks. Then we remove the lime and adjust the pH. Then hot water extraction take place. Then filter, vacuum concentration, cool, solidify, and then dry and milling of the size. That's how the dry bone gelatin production take place. For the calf skin, lime 10%, which is processed for 6 to 12 weeks. Then it is water washed for 1 to 1.5 days. And then again the water extraction take place. And then the filter, vacuum concentration, then cool, solidify, drying and milling to the size. For the pork skin, here the acid 1 to 5% HCl is used, and it takes 1 to 1.5 days. And then we remove the acid, and again the whole process of hot water extraction, filter, vacuum concentration, cool, solidify, drying, and mining to the size takes place. The specification of gelatin. The bloom strength. The bloom strength is a measure of cohesive strength of the cross linking that occurs between gelatin molecules and is proportional to the molecular weight of the gelatin. Bloom ranges from 150 to 250 grams, and it determined by the measuring the weight in grams required to move a plastic plunger of zero point 0.5 inches in diameters and 4 deep into the 6 to by 3% of gelatin gel that has been held for 10 degrees Celsius for 15 hours. Now, the gelatin with the higher bloom strength ensures that the capsule shell is more physically stable. The use of gelatin with higher bloom strength is also recommended only when it is necessary to improve the physical stability of a product or for the large capsules which have a capacity of more than 50 minims. Second is the viscosity of the gelatin. The viscosity, it is the measurement of the molecular chain length, and it determines the manufacturing characteristics of the gelatin film. The viscosity of gelatin ranges from 25 to 45 millipoise and is determined on 6% concentration of gelatin in water at 60 degrees Celsius. The third is the iron. Iron is always present in raw gelatin and its concentration should not exceed more than 15 ppm. The continuation of the raw material that is used in the preparation of capsules. Second is the colorants. The colorants, the capsules are colored by adding colorants to the gelatin solution using the manufacturing stages. The colorant are sort of two types: water soluble dyes, insoluble pigments. The pigments like iron oxide like black, red, and yellow, and titanium dioxide, which is white, are used to make the capsule opaque. Third is preservatives. Gelatin solution is an ideal medium for bacterial growth at a temperature which is below 55 degrees Celsius. Therefore, the preservatives are added to reduce the growth of microorganisms. Examples are sulfur dioxide, sodium bisulfite, benzoic, propanoic acid, and etc. Fourth is the surfactants. Some hard gelatin capsules may contain 0.15% of weight by weight of sodium lauryl sulfate as a wetting agent to ensure that the lubricated metal molds are uniformly covered when dipped into the gelatin solution. And then comes the flavoring agents. Flavors are added in capsules to improve the patient acceptability. Sixth is the protective coatings. The coatings of titanium oxide are applied to improve the capsule stability, to prevent the sticking, and provide resistance against moisture. Now comes the production of empty hard gelatin capsules. The preparation of hard gelatin capsule is continuous process and is carried out by using a completely automatic machine. Machine consists of mechanisms for automatic dipping, spinning, drying, stripping, trimming, and joining of capsules. Then the capsules are formed from the mold pins made up of stainless steel metal. The cap and the body of the gelatin capsules are formed by dipping 150 pairs of these pins into gelatin solution of controlled viscosity. The thickness of the capsule wall is controlled by viscosity of gelatin capsule, speed, and time of dipping. This is the pictorial representation of the production of empty hard gelatin capsule shells. How this the dipping, then the snipping, drying, then stripping, cutting, and joining of the capsules are being done here. Moisture content and humidity, the important factor. The control of temperature and humidity is important while storage of empty capsules and should be maintained by using air conditioned facilities. The optimum moisture content for the capsule shell should range between 12% to 15%, and the humidity condition for handling the capsules should lie in the range of 30 to 45%. This is the pictorial representation of manufacturing defects in capsules. There are three types of defects that can happen. First is major A defects, in which short body, uncut cap body, double cap. These types of defects are covered. And in major B defects, in this the damaged edge, which is large, the inverted end, this thin spot, or this die speck. In this the major B defects have been covered. For the minor defects, bubble, dent, scarp, these are the minor defects. Then come the filling of the hard gelatin capsules. For the filling of hard gelatin capsules, the empty capsule shells are loaded in the capsule loading tray and they are put over the filter unit and locked by the help of the lever. Then we have to operate the lever and remove the loading tray to separate the caps from the bodies of the capsules, which are left into the filler unit. Then we have to place the frame for filling of the powder. Then we fill the bodies of the capsule by weight amount of powder using the spreader or the spatula. Now the next step would be the use of the pin plate to press the powder and refill the remaining powder. Then comes the placing of the capsules filling tray. Then we press the caps with the plate holder, and then we release the lever to free the bodies of capsules which are holding the caps. Then we remove the loading tray and collect the capsules. That is how our filling of hard gelatin capsules are done. The next part of this capsules is the soft gelatin capsules. In this, we will learn about the characteristics of the soft gelatin capsules, their production, their sizes. We will learn about this. For the soft gelatin capsules, they are made from gelatin or other suitable materials which have high thinner shells than the hard gelatin capsules, like we have studied earlier. The shell of a soft gelatin capsule is a single piece and is available in various sizes and shape. The gelatin soft capsules are made from gelatin and water with the addition of polyhydric alcohol, which is glycerol, sorbitol, to make them flexible. It may also contains flavors like sucrose and preservatives like beta naphthol. The shape and size of the soft gelatin capsules are that first is the spherical shape. The capacity is 0.05 to 5 ml, and for the pharmaceutical preparations, how it is used for the vitamin preparations like liver oil, vitamin A and D, and the multiple vitamins. The shape the shape is avoid, and the capacity is 0.05 to 7 ml, and this is also used in the vitamin preparations like other multiple vitamins, vitamin A and D, liver oil. The third shape is cylindrical, and its capacity is 0.15 to 25 ml. And fourth shape is tubes, which capacity is zero point 0.5 to 30 ml, and they are used for the ophthalmic ointments. Fifth shape is pear shaped, and they are of capacity of zero point 0.3 to 5 ml, and they are used in rectal preparations. Now, the advantages of the soft gelatin capsules. The first advantage is that they improve the bioavailability, as the drug is presented in the solubilized form. Second, they enhance the drug stability. The consumer preference regarding of easy of swallowing, convenience, and taste can be improved. Offer opportunity in this also offer opportunities to produce different types of shapes, size, and to product line extension. Fifth is the soft gel that can be enteric coated for delay release, and they are popular for the pharmaceuticals and cosmetic and nutritional products. Disadvantages of soft gelatin capsules: it requires the special equipment for the manufacturing, and they have the stability problem. And third is the possibility of incompatibility between the filled components and gelatin. And fourth is the moisture sensitivity. Nature of the capsule shell and the capsule content. The capsule shell is basically composed of gelatin, a plasticizer, and water. For plasticizer, they are used in the concentration of 20 to 30% to make the soft gel shell elastic and pliable. Next is water. It is the essential component of soft gel shell, and it accounts for 30 to 40% of the well gel formulation, and is necessary to ensure the proper process during gel preparation and soft gel encapsulation. The nature of the capsule shell and capsule contained in this next one is the colorants. Colorants are typically used in the wet gel formulation. Colorants can be either synthetic or natural, and are used to impart the desired shell color for product identification. Next is opacifier. Usually, titanium dioxide can be added to produce an opaque shell. The titanium dioxide can either be used alone to produce a white opaque shell, or in combination with the pigments to produce a colored opaque shell. Next is the chelating agents. Iron is always present in raw gelatin and should not exceed more than 15 ppm. Base absorption. What is base absorption? It is defined as the number of grams of liquid base required to produce a capsulated mixture when the mixture with 1 gram of solid. Base absorption can be calculated by weight of base divided by weight of solid. Minim per gram. What is minim per gram? Minim per gram is the volume in minims that is occupied by 1 gram, which is denoted by S, of the solid plus the weight of the liquid base Ba and required to make a capsulated mixture. The base absorption is used to determine the minim per gram factor of the solids. How it is calculated, the formula has been shown. Ba plus S into V by W is equal to M by G. Now the production of soft gelatin capsules. How the production of soft gelatin capsules takes place? First is the plate process. Second is the rotary die process. Third is reciprocating die process. Fourth, ecogel process, and fifth is seamless process. The plate process. In this method, a set of mold is used. A warm sheet of prepared gelatin is laid over the lower plate and the liquid is poured on it. Then the second sheet of gelatin is carefully put in place and followed by the top plate of the mold. The set is placed under a pressure where pressure is applied to form the capsule. This is how then the filled capsules then washed off with the volatile solvent to remove any traces of oil from the exterior. Then the rotary die process. The rotary die process, in this the rotary die machine is used, which is a self-contained unit capable of continuously and automatically producing finished capsules from a supply of gelatin mass and filling material, which may be any liquid, semi-liquid, or paste that will not dissolve gelatin. In aquagel capsule machine, the machine produces capsules completely automatically by leading two films of gelatin between the set of vertical dies. These dies, as they open and close, are in effect of continual vertical plate, forming row after row of pockets across the gelatin films. Aquagel process is in this the soft gelatin encapsulation can also be carried out by aquagel machine and allows the manufacturing of capsules in a varieties of shapes, size and colors. Then this machine uses a system of rotary dies and is unique, which also allows the successful filling of dry powders into a soft gelatin capsules. Seamless process, it is also known as bubble method. The seamless technique produces soft gelatin capsules without the requirement of dyes. In this process, a molten gelatin stream runs through an outer nozzle of a concentric tube at a constant rate. The medicated liquid formulation is dispensed through the inner orifice by means of pump. The emerging steam is broken up into the intermittent but the steady flow of uniform size by a pulsating mechanism leading to the formulation of droplets enveloped in a molten gelatin. The formed capsules are quickly removed from the nozzle, slowly concealed, and are automatically injected from the system. That's how the seamless process takes place. This is the representation of the manufacturing of soft gel, how the plate process, aquagel process, bubble method, rotary dry process. This is the presentation. The storage condition. The recommended storage condition for the capsule is 15 to 25%, and the relative humidity should be between 35% to 65%. The condition is to design to minimize the moisture absorption or loss and result in changes in physical dimensions during the encapsulation operations. Packaging. In this, the capsules are packed in a very closed plastic or glass container and are stored in a cool place. In a vials containing very hygroscopic capsules, a packet containing desiccants like silica gel or any or and hydrous calcium chloride can be placed to prevent the absorption of excess moisture. For the soft gelatin capsule stability testing, the temperature 21 to 24 degrees Celsius and humidity 60%. What will be the effect on the capsule shell? The capsules become soft, tacky, and bloated. And for temperature less than 25 degrees Celsius and humidity less than 45%, more rapid and pronounced effects and may cause the unprotected capsules to melt and fuse together. Then the evaluation of capsules. It is the process. This is the process. In this, the product testing is divided into three stages. First is in process testing. In this, this process takes place during the manufacturing of the drug product. And finished product testing, the whole batch has been manufactured, and then these tests help to identify whether the batch is acceptable for marketing or its intended usage. Then the shelf life testing is done. After the whole batch has been packed, these tests are frequently carried out after defined period of storage at the predetermined conditions. For the in-process testing, the visual inspection of a soft gelatin capsule is done to ensure any absence of clearly malformed, damaged, or improperly filled capsules. For the parameters, the following are closely monitored and controlled, like the gel ribbon thickness and uniformity across the ribbon, seal thickness, weight of the capsule fill and its variation from capsule to capsule, weight of the capsule shell and its variation from capsule to capsule, moisture level of capsule shell before and after drying. The visual inspection, fill weight uniformity are key in process tests used for the hard gelatin capsules. For the finished product, quality controls, permeability, and sealing. These are the tests which is used for the testing for the done for the physical integrity by the visual potency and impurity content. In this, the capsule are tested for drug content. In addition, most drug products are tested for the related substances or any impurities, and they have to meet the predefined specification for a batch to be acceptable. Next is the uniformity of content. Uniformity of content of the active ingredient can be determined by weight variation of the fill of the hard or soft gelatin capsules. For high drug load, high fill weight formulation. For low drug load and low fill weight formulation, each capsule must be analyzed individually by the potency method for the content of the active ingredient. The uniformity of the contest is assured if predetermined criteria for the range and variation in the content of the active ingredients are met. Disintegration Disintegration of hard and soft gelatin capsules is evaluated to ensure that the drug substance is fully available for dissolution and absorption from the GI tract. The disintegration media varies depending on the types of the capsule that needs to be tested. For dissolution, drug absorption and physiological availability depend upon the drug substance being in the dissolved state at the site of drug absorption, the GI fluids. The rate and extent of dissolution of the drug from the capsule dosage form is tested by a dissolution test. For the moisture content, water content of the entire capsules or the capsule contents are determined by the Carl Fisher titrimetry to enable the correlation of water content with the degradation profile or the drug release characteristics of the capsules. For the microbial content, the capsules are tested to ensure to ensure the lag growth of bacteria and mold by the microbiological tests. The selection of growth medium and duration of the test, as well as the maintenance of aseptic conditions during the testing, are critical for the successful assessment of the microbial contamination by this method.